I actually have been admitted to the hospital for suicide more times than I can count. But it wasn't until about 5 years ago that I was finally diagnosed with the correct diagnosis, which is borderline personality disorder. If Newview hadn't come into my life when it did, I'm pretty sure I'd be dead. It's sad, but it's very true.
My experience with mental illness began when I was about 15. I wasn't diagnosed until through my university years when I was about 22. I had a lot of delusional ideas and a lot of psychotic thinking, and because I had received such a difficult time in university, I thought everybody was out to get me after a while, and I really believed at moments that radio waves were trying to control me.
It started out with some depression, and anyway it escalated into me becoming a quadriplegic for approximately 3 years. I was in many hospitals. Just 1 out of 8 doctors said I'd ever walk again, and that one doctor was right, so I'm very grateful.
My mom had to call the police on me a couple times, and not because I was wanting to hurt anybody else, but because I was trying to hurt myself. And the hospitals weren't keeping me in treatment, they were just sending me home after 2 days because the resources just aren't there. And Newview is there constantly.
And when I got here, I felt helpless. I was pretty helpless and very isolated and kind of lonely.
I'd wanted to go to the drop-in for a long time, and I was so scared. And I worked up the courage to go, and I literally walked in the door with tears in my eyes. The only words I could utter was, "I'm scared." Those were the only words I could get out of my mouth.
First thing in the morning, there are people dancing and singing and talking and having coffee. And as the day progresses, there's games and people playing guitar. Hey, got to hide your love away. Many of the members come very early in the morning, and many of them come at different times throughout the day, depending on their schedules and how they work their day out.
I'm here about 3 to 4 days a week, and I find it a very relaxing environment. And it gives me something to do sometimes when I'm having a rough day to keep busy. Busy is a main cue here.
They have Spanish classes, they have art classes, they have social night, they have games night, they have dances, there's grocery shopping, there's coffee nights, lunch programs, swimming, walking, many things that keep them involved.
I usually am in the craft unit, and sometimes I go to communications, and I've written articles in the newspaper, the Newview Review. It comes out about 3 times a year. I like knitting scarves and making toques, and I like rug cooking, and I like learning languages. I know Polish, Iranian, French, Korean. I enjoy it.
My first home in British Columbia through Newview was next door at the cottage, and with some other fellows we were there, and that was helpful. I got my first job in construction, and I started working, and I was in semi-independent living at that time.
I wanted to start going to school in January, and I have started going to school, but I had a bus phobia. I hadn't been on a bus or a SkyTrain in a lot of years. And my first experience was on a SkyTrain because I wanted to go with the group from the drop-in. So I did it. I got on the SkyTrain and I crowded everybody around me, and I had a little freak out at one point, but I was okay.
Medications are very helpful, and over the past 20 years they've really helped a lot. They're a lot better now, and the side effects are a lot less and a lot less troublesome.
I think for the near future I want to keep going to school because I love learning. With the support now with Newview, and I've come so far in the last year, and I really am doing really well.
I'm working with the fitness program at Hyde Creek Park, and I was volunteering first, and then now we're involved in trying to get people active in exercise. I'm an athlete myself, throw the javelin. I had a lot of anger and frustration, and the throwing a spear seemed like a good idea to vent my frustration, so I like to go out and, you know, scream and yell and throw this thing around, and it's good for my health, I think.
Just the support of being in a place where you can make jokes about your mental illness and laugh about it. It's so therapeutic, because when you talk to people in the real world, they think it's so, well, it is serious, but they can't see the funny side of mental illness.
And there's a terrible stigma out there that many of the people that have mental illness end up on Hastings and on Skid Row areas. But there are places, such as Newview, to learn about how to better manage their illness, to not feel so alone, and to seek help. Newview will do everything in their capacity to help someone and guide them to the right resource.
I'd like to say these people are fabulous here. I feel wanted and I love coming here. I look forward to every night. Yeah, I wouldn't know what I'd do without Newview. It's helped me tremendously, more than words can say.
It's offered a safe place, a nurturing environment, supportive, non-judgmental. It was home to me. I'd never had a home, and I settled down in Port Coquitlam and have been here for over 20 years now. And it felt like I belonged somewhere and that I was accepted.
I'm doing really well, and I never thought I'd say this, but I love my life now. I love it.